Dear friends, good evening. Today we have with us Sneha, a dear friend, a very, very good lawyer. She is practicing in Supreme Court, having a long practice now. She is involved into various aspects of law. Now, since the acclaims are high, I have to really read from the details I have noted. So she is a standing counsel of Guwahati High Court. She has written 2 chapters relating to juvenile justice system in collaboration with UNICEF. And I know her body of work as far as juvenile justice system is concerned. She had been giving lectures on several forums. She had been able to, educate people, educate the stakeholders. And when we call stakeholders, this is, I believe, is Sneha, police people and the justice imparting system and various other stakeholders. She has been involved into educating them, to giving them the nuances, the very sensitivity of the Juvenile Justice Act. We have a Supreme Court Women Lawyers Association in Supreme Court, and she is an essential part of it. She has represented them in Supreme Court in that National Judicial, what is that, Sneha? National Judicial, NJC.
Yeah.
Represented them, and she has represented it for the cause of role of women, and major chunk to be given to the women and their representation when it comes to the judiciary. She has represented various other organizations in High Court as well as in Supreme Court. She has also been there for the purpose of giving training to the judicial officers on POSH Act, on Juvenile Justice Act. A person who is deeply involved into social causes, and the wrongs against women, the wrongs against downtrodden do affect her badly. We keep discussing at length various aspects whenever something happens, and as all of us who are right-minded, who feel for the society, who believe in a good society around and good people around, who get affected by when something wrong happens to anyone, whether you know the person or not, she is again one of them who get deeply disturbed and wanted to do something for the society. She has been doing it in young age. She has achieved a lot, served a lot, and in continuation of that process to serve the society, to give back to the society as much as we can, she had joined hands with us in this platform of We the Women of India. And today she would be, the purpose of this platform is to educate us. Us means each one of us. And educate means to keep informing us about our rights, right as a woman, the right to take action if somebody does anything wrong with you, the necessity of informing yourself that you need not to bear the wrongs, you need not to continue to suffer them, you need not to keep mum, you need not to keep silent and just continue to carry on with that, you need not to give up your job, you need not to give up your associations, you need not to spoil your relationships, you can continue to carry all of that, but at the same time make sure that your respect is not violated, privacy is not violated, yourself is not violated. If somebody unconsciously also if has touched you wrongly or violated you wrongly, inform the person. Sometimes he may not be knowing that he has done it, and sometimes if he has done it intentionally, he may be a beginner, maybe you are the first victim. Inform the person. That would actually play a role in correcting that person, and maybe an attempt to not allow one more number to increase, and that endeavor would take us close to a better society. So Sneha today would be addressing on the issue of sexual harassment at workplace. If it happens, how do a woman must address it? So what do you, Sneha? And then all these young lawyers and law students would be asking questions to you. Welcome.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Good evening, Shobhaji, Alkaji. Prachi, and all my dear students, viewers who would be watching this through this platform, We the Women of India. Yes, today I have choose to speak on this thin skin topic, I would say, how to handle the menace of sexual harassment at workplace. Before sharing my views and insights on the subject, uh, let us examine what is sexual harassment. Um, we all know that it's a violation of fundamental rights of a woman to equality under Article 14 and 15 of the Constitution of India, and her right to life, and especially the right to live with dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution. Now, as per the definition of POS Act, like Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, the definition, what it says, it's a very elaborative definition. It says an unwelcome acts, gestures, or behavior, whether it is directly or by impliedly in any form, be it may physical, verbal, non-verbal, conduct of sexual nature, physical contact, advances, or a demand request for sexual favors, or making sexually colored remarks, or yes, by showing obscene pictures or pornography, etc., etc. Now, hence, what we are looking for is that a fundamental right, we the women of India, a fundamental right to practice any profession without being harassed, and its right to demand safe and secure environment at the workplace. And these are the rights which are universally recognized as human rights by international conventions like CEDAW and many international convention. I just forgot, but United Nations has many women centric conventions which it hasn't specifically been recognized. So my question is that, where, I mean, how we become the victim in the society, and who are the perpetrators, how we should prevent ourselves, and also give a very hard message to the perpetrators that, you know, this is not right, and you cannot take me for granted. And you know, we need to really be what you call uh, tell them very sternly and firmly. Now, before this, I'll just go to the insights and, you know, pros and cons and, you know, the act. So now let us, I think, let us understand how the act has come into picture. Now, it was only in the 1997, we all know, I think the law students would be aware of it. It's the Honorable Supreme Court has passed a landmark judgment in the case of Vishaka versus State of Rajasthan, laying down procedural guidelines called as Vishaka guidelines to be followed by every establishment in dealing with complaints about sexual harassment at workplace. Uh, Interestingly, I would say this Vishaka, when it came before Supreme Court, after the background is very, very interesting. After a lot of hue and cry, the some one incident had happened. I don't know whether I can take the name. It's like, yeah, it's been cited in many of the journals. Bhanwari Devi case. Bhanwari Devi is a victim of sexual harassment that time, and when she was working, she has been assaulted and allegedly been raped at her workplace. And then and she was a and she really took it as fight, and she really fought very well in the High Court, though the matter was lingering in the High Courts. And then though she got some kind of justice, but her voice been heard by a lot of activists, and all the activists has came collectively through Vishaka platform, and then they pursue the matter, and they file a PI, in fact, in Supreme Court, asking demand for safe and secure environment in the workplace for the women. That is how I think now we have Vishakha guidelines. The point what I'm trying to say is that these guidelines would not have come if she, Bhanwari Devi, have not raised her voice. Maybe maybe she is not a pioneer, but her voice has been heard. She fought for her rights, and I think because of her, we are safe and secure. We have a law in existence right now. And after this Vishakha guidelines, though it was some kind of implementation, it was a guideline, so many of the establishment did not take it, they have taken it for granted. So then after 13 years, I would say, after hue again, hue and cry by, a lot of, by activists, and lot of cases been filed for, like, sexual harassment cases. Then again, Vishakha guidelines in the year 2013. Yes, in the year 2013, Sexual Harassment Act, this legislation has been formulated, which has become the foundation of, the law. Now the law, and I think we, the women of India, I mean, I think all of us are very blessed to have this legislation, and there are a lot of rules been formed, and lot of guidelines, lot of procedures have been laid in that, under the act, which now been rigorously been followed by all the establishment. Now, having said so, this is the act part, right? Now, how to how to implement this Sexual Harassment Act, and what are the loopholes, and how we address this issue? I think before addressing these issues, the problems and the, the whatever, the integrity of the act, I just wanted to share my experience of, of not sexually harassment, but of course some kind of sexual colored remarks been given. So it was my initial years of my profession, I think 2005 or 2006. So Supreme Court, in the month of June, May, there's a holiday for us. So I had gone back to my native place, and I thought, let me just have a hang of a writ jurisdiction in High Court. So I had gone there, and one senior person, senior counsel, had offered me that, why don't you assist in this matter? Then I was very happy, like, I got to assist him, like he was a big shot over there. So it was just fine, sir. So I would come to your place. So he invited me in the evening. And then when I had gone there, less of a work, more of a talk. And talk means some kind of weird talk. And I was so not comfortable in his conversation. He was asking me odd not questions, like, now I would not say what kind of questions, but yes, I was very much, I was taken aback, like, what is your so and so, what you like, you are looking so, something, I mean, compliment. I don't think he was giving me some good compliment, but it was rather, he was like intimidating me, like, something very weird. So I felt that day, and then, I just wind up the work and I went back home. Then I was a little upset. Then my mother, she's a teacher, and she asked me that, what happened, like, why you are so upset? You should be happy, I mean, you are assisting, is there any tension or something? And then I said, mama, like, I was the senior whom, he was not giving me good vibes, I felt some uncomfortable. So I think I would not continue in assisting him, and tomorrow I would not go. I should discontinue with him. Then my mother said, why? Why would you discontinue? You should go and talk to him that you are not comfortable, and you make your point. Why you, because of his nature, you should give him, I mean, you should give him back, like, saying that, no, hello, it is not right and I'm not comfortable. You at least say it and then see his reaction. Why would you just surrender and go away? Then I was with huge fuss, I went there. And when the moment I had entered, he again gave me that looks, you know, I don't know, some kind of weird kind of gestures. And then I told him, sir, I really wanted to work with you and I really wanted to assist you in this matter. But yesterday I felt very uncomfortable, and I hope so you would respect my feeling, and I think I can assist you in your matter, and I would really be obedient, and I think I reciprocate the same. And he was taken aback, like, you know, I mean, I'm little like, you know, I was a little shy guy that time. Now I'm not, but I was so politely, I told him, and he was like, he didn't say, okay. I mean, he was very much like, you know, I could see from his face, he was very, what do you call, very nervous. And then after that, I mean, I was so easy at my work. I assisted him. We got a very good order, and I came back. And that time, 2005 and 2006, I did not know about that there is an act called Sexual Harassment Act. Like, you know, 2013 it came. So it just that motivation from my mother, and I stood somewhere. You know, I stood for my right to assist him as a junior counsel. So, so this is what my experience of one of the incident of this problem. So, so what I would advise to all the students, whomsoever is watching this video, this platform, through this platform, is that one must not feel that he or she is she would be threatened by this kind of nature. She should fight for her nature. I mean, for this problem, she should fight. If she fight for herself, then only people will stood by her side. And the sexual harassment problem is really rampant nowadays. Like, it is going on, but in corporate, in establishment, and also it is very much rampant in unorganized sector and domestic workers. So we really need to see and encourage the students to know what is your law. To, you know, all the students, not from the legal background, but all the students from, I mean, all the children must know, like, you know, this is this and this is that. And if somebody is crossing the limit, you must tell him on his face. Then we'll think about it, the next step. The perpetrators, I would tell you, they would not come to you next time if you straight away tell him on his face. So I think this is one initiative one must take, and also discuss the issues with your parents, with your loved ones. If you are having some kind of trouble, if you are facing some kind of sexual harassment in the schools, in the colleges, in the institution, you must talk to somebody whom you trust. You know, because this kind of, you know, it's a this is also a very emotional setback. If people are badly suffered in sexual harassment, they really go mentally and physically very weak. So, so to prevent this kind of you know, setbacks, we must talk. That is one of looking at the perspective. And of course, there are mechanisms under the act where I would discuss, and after we have interaction with the students, I would later come to it. And now I would ask the students if they have any questions.
Who is starting first? Huh? Jitendra?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I have a question that
Yes.
are there any particular laws, like any particular like forums or like any committees there in an office, in a workplace to address any sexual harassment incident or like that? Are there any?
You can
What's
carry
your
on.
question, Jitendra? Can you repeat it?
My question was that are there any like committees or forums in a particular place in workplace to address any sexual harassment incident or situation like that?
Yes, Jitendra. Very good question. And yes, under the POSH Act, there are two ways of looking at the things. A aggrieved woman or a girl who who are victim or who allegedly are victim of sexual harassment, she can either give a complaint in internal complaint committee. This is ICC. Under the act, we have internal complaint committee, which is a committee being formed by the organization itself, and where there would be a woman as a chairperson, two more members from the employees, and one from the outside, that is NGO or any kind of organization who are dealing with this kind of issues from a legal background. And this committee would take up your complaint. They would first would see whether your complaint is whether it is how much truth in the complaint. They would investigate the matter, and then they would start the inquiry. And if the perpetrator is held guilty, then they would hand over the matter to the police to investigate further and to take the action. And simultaneously, the compensation would also be given to the victim for the loss she had suffered, for the mental agony, the loss of jobs, if any, this kind of probabilities, they would do it. And I just wanted to say one thing. If there is no internal complaint committee, if the employees are less, then if you don't have an ICC, then of course you have a district officer. Like, every district, a state government notify a district officer in the capacity of judicial magistrate. So that judicial magistrate would have a team of committee. He would have a committee. He would let the committee, and that committee would take your complaint, register your complaint, and then address the problem. And they would then further investigate the problem.
Prachi.
I have a question.
Yeah, Prachi.
You're asking?
Whether the word workplace includes schools and colleges in it.
Pardon me? Whether what?
Whether the word workplace includes schools and colleges in it.
Oh yes, definitely. Now the workplace definition, it's in section N. It's section N of the POSH Act, where the definition of workplace has been elaborately been dealt, and many of the Supreme Court judge and the High Court judgments, they have defined the workplace, any establishment, whether it can be institution, whether it can be the schools, colleges, also includes in the workplace. And also not only the profession workplace, but yes, education institution, and also unorganized sector, and also the dwelling place, for the domestic workers. So to come to also include them, they have really extended the definition of workplace. And I would tell you that I think the definition also say that even you had gone for your work outstation. Yes, so the answer of whether the institution or the school includes in the definition of the workplace, yes, of course, yes, it is. And it is included in the definition of the workplace under the POSH Act. And not only the schools and the colleges, and also if somebody goes out of the station, the employees go out of the station like excursion, or for doing some duty tour and all, there if something happens, it comes under an address would address if they circumvent with this sexual harassment, it would come under the workplace, and your grievance would be very much comes under Sexual Harassment Act. So there is no escape route for the perpetrators. What I'm trying to say is that anywhere, it can be anywhere if the crime is committed, yes. Only the thing is that you as yourself, you have to be very firm enough to say it out, to voice it out. Then only people can help you out. The others can help you out. I hope
Thank you, ma'am.
my answers, yeah. Yes.
Hello, ma'am. Rohit this side. I want to ask you some questions.
Yes, Rohit, tell me.
Ma'am, is there any like time limit given to disputes related to sexual harassment when dealt by the courts, fast track courts?
No, there is no time limits, but yes, in every states they have fixed certain kind of 3 months. Within 3 months, you should give even the act says within 3 months of the complaint or last incident. So there is a time limit of 3 months, but yes, it can always be condoned. And people who are victimized, these are the cases where they report late after very much. They feel that no, it is getting boiled up and over. It is really now getting into nerves. Then only a victim reports. That is what I wanted to say. This is a gray area of I look into the act, that there has to be some kind of also mechanism where you can, outside your establishment, where you can go and seek help. There should be some group of community group where you can go and just an informal way of stating what I would do. And I think they can give you guidance, they can ease you, they can ease your tension, they can make you strong, and so that you can fight this issue very well, and punish the perpetrators.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Rohit. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, can sexual harassment be done by someone by the same sex?
Okay, so this is a very controversial question you have asked me, but yes, see, the act says, if I say it starts with she, if I say what is sexual harassment, it always says with the she.
So when
So
Prachi
that
asked this question, that
Yeah.
was a googly, smart one.
Yeah.
So honestly, the act does not say anywhere by,
By, yeah,
right? So they
Right.
have not enough actually defined by. It
Yeah.
is about, when you say prevention of sexual harassment, it says no woman shall be subjected to sexual harassment at any workplace. Now it's open to world. So Prachi and Sneha, by anyone.
by anyone, yeah.
So
So
your,
yeah, so that's what it doesn't say. It does not bar also.
no, it simply does not say by
Does
whom.
not say
It
anything.
simply
By
says
whom?
no woman shall be subjected to sexual harassment at workplace.
Right, right.
Okay.
And yeah, and also Prachi, I would like to add one more thing. Like sometimes what happened in a group, if you wanted to target some kind of a female, because नहीं इसको नहीं यहाँ पे इसको नहीं रहना है, so we would target by some kind of this kind of sexual harassment. Let us intimidate her. Then what happened is that even some groups, even the girls are also involved. In many of cases, they abet. So one can say even they are also, in the complaint, their name also been included. So I think it's a point to ponder also upon, that they can also be booked under this kind of abatement under the sexual harassment cases. Though the acts doesn't say, as Shobhaji rightly pointed out, that it does not say. So you are free to give
It
a complaint.
uses the term respondent.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
respondent
respondent.
has been defined in definitions.
Yeah.
It does not say anything about like who What
doesn't say any gender.
do you have to have a gender? It's
Yeah.
not gender specific.
Yeah. So if some cases comes, obviously we would address it in Supreme Court.
Yeah, but normally that was interesting one actually. You
Yeah.
say if my female boss, touches me wrongly and I'm also a female, how do I react? Reaction
No,
आता नहीं है actually इसमें.
हाँ,
वो
आता नहीं है, but maybe we need to explore some American
no,
books on it.
is it sexual harassment in that case? Because a female has touched you wrongly. Now, unless you assign something to it, like
No,
that's
she
something
would be
interesting.
molested, no?
Maybe
She
they'll
would
look
be
into this.
molested. No, Shobha ji, she would be molested. Definitely she would be molested. Her case comes under molestation. So molestation may come under sexual harassment too if it's at the workplace.
Okay.
So that is a debatable, but I mean, we need to see this aspect, which is quite interesting. And I think future we might get this kind of cases as well.
Yes, this is quite interesting.
Yeah. Yes, Alkaji. Yes.
In future, you can see, because at present we don't know these type of cases ever we have heard, but
Yeah.
one can feel the way anybody touches to anyone, either
Yeah.
it is a woman or a man.
Yeah, right. Because in most of the juvenile, when we were doing, going visiting juvenile homes, there are many reported, there have been complaints that, a boy molested another boy, small boy. So if that can happen in juvenile home, why not at workplace? So maybe those people have not come front, but maybe by watching this video or through Women of India platform, they may raise the voice, and it is very essential. It's a human right violation. End of the day.
There is a film, page 3, which is on this only boy molestation of a boy by a man and boys.
Yeah.
So this was happening. So this is a good platform we are discussing here.
Yeah.
These all issues, and
Yes.
Shobha has started all these things.
Yes.
No, it would not end like this now, since these are my students. I would actually going to ask you questions.
When you have started, this campaign, it's a very good.
Alka ma'am, they would not be
We also-
able to go away so easily, na? So now, since after attending Sneha's session,
we are not going away anywhere. We have started.
so let me ask you questions from them. Okay, starting from Arushi, then I'll reach to Prachi, then Rohit, and then Jitendra. Okay, and Sneha is already there to add on the words. But yes, Arushi. So a question to you.
Yes, ma'am.
A student, a law student is working in a firm as an intern. Okay, and the senior has would deliberately make her stay late in the office, and the idea is he wants to just look at her, he's not touching her, and he enjoys the fact that she is continue to giving company for long hours, and the girl realizes that this is a breach, right? What do you suggest? And we are on the platform of We the Women of India are not looking for a confronting society. Finally, you all have to work together. We all have to work together. So we want a harmonious society. The male colleagues of yours or the male classmates of yours should not feel afraid of you. We don't want to come on the loggerheads. So what would be a solution from your side for that girl? What would be the suggestion? Assume for a moment she comes to you and
Ma'am,
she's your
sorry, there
friend.
was a glitch from your. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there was a glitch, I guess, and I could not hear the last part of your question.
I'm just
Can you please
asking, like,
repeat it?
what would be from your side a suggestion for the girl to take? What kind of action she should take to address the issue, or you would advise her not to address the issue? Right now we are on to that, what we have gained from the session today.
Ma'am, if the girl is not comfortable with it and if she's realized it, then according to me, the issue should be addressed to the other person. Telling him or informing him that I have noticed it since a long time and I'm not comfortable with it. So I think it should be addressed. It should be confronted. And if no solution comes from his side, then it should be confronted to some senior in the office. Because, ma'am, it is about feeling comfortable in the society. And if the girl herself is not feeling comfortable with it, then I don't think that she should just bear with it.
So so your advice is not to just let it go, actually deal with it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
in a manner so that you continue in the same place, you can continue to work with the same person, but letting him know about that's not okay for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And that's the whole idea about the platform, that voice your no, let the person know that that's not an acceptable expression,
Yes, ma'am.
conduct, relationship. Right?
Yeah.
And relationship is that, like we all of have a relationship between each one of us.
Yes.
Prachi, so you have been chosen by your professor in a college, in your college, for a project. And two of you have been chosen. Both of you are girls only, right? Now, you could have felt some advances from the side of your professor. And advances can be anything, like, when passing on the book to you, he touches your hand, right? He rubs his shoulder, and sometimes most of the time to, leave you under the confusion whether it was intentional or not. And the other girl has not been disturbed at all. So your immediate counterpart has no idea what you are going through. How would you deal with it? And he is the one who is going to make a difference in your marks. That marking in the project would make a huge difference maybe in your report card. And that's something dear to you.
Ma'am, first of all, I won't let it go. I will definitely raise my voice against it, and I'll ask that girl that is who is with me, to notice the things that is happening to me, so that she could also feel that what I am going through. And I can ask someone from my college or some other teacher to help me regarding this, or the higher authority. I'll ask them to help me out.
I'm not satisfied, Prachi. So Rohit, you tell me how she should have dealt with it. I'm not satisfied with what she's saying right now. I'm okay with the fact that she says she would not allow that to let go. But the way she's trying to address, I'm not happy with that. How would you advise that to be done? Mike, Rohit, unmute. Rohit, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, so, I'm sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, can you please pardon the question? Like, I'm not getting it.
I'm saying you heard Prachi properly, no?
I've heard Prachi properly, but I didn't get your question. Like, situation you were giving us, I didn't get it. Like, can you please repeat it, if ma'am, like.
So Prachi was a part of 2-member group with a professor, and the professor was extending advancements with her, which to her understanding were inappropriate. The other party of the project was not receiving any of those things. So she was not privy to what is happening to her. Now, what should she do? What should she do? She says, I would not let that go like that. But then she said, I'll talk to my seniors. I like some seniors. I'll try to take help from someone. I'll try to talk to the girl, another one, to notice what is happening with me and to help me out. I'm saying I'm not happy with this response. Like, I'm glad she said I would not let that go. But the way she's trying to handle, I'm not so very happy. So would you tell me? And then otherwise, Sneha would actually address that. how would that has to be done? But you tell us, like, what do you suggest, Prachi? Assume she came to you and she told you everything. Now,
Ma'am,
what is your advice to her?
ma'am, as Sneha ma'am said, like earlier, ki like schools and colleges comes under workplace, so it comes under sexual harassment at the workplace, and there might
Isne, I believe we have lost his connection. So whether you continue, you say something.
Yeah.
hello.
No, I would. Yeah. I think Rohit
Yes,
has
Rohit.
come back.
Sorry, ma'am. Like
No,
there was an interruption,
Mhm.
ma'am. So it comes under sexual harassment at workplace. So in like there might be committee regarding that. So then you should inform that you don't like it, and you should tell them that it was kind of inappropriate, or you should tell it to your colleague or something. You should discuss about it whether it was inappropriate or not, and then you should tell the committee regarding that. You should inform them that like, is it okay to do that, like like this might be my. And one more thing I want to add, ma'am. Ma'am, as you have asked like earlier, the people who were steering, like first question, internship wala.
Yeah.
So I just want to add something through this platform, that like if you stay someone like after like 14 seconds, that then it comes under stalking, like 354. So like there might be people who don't know about that, so I thought I should inform them.
That's right. Sneha, just wait for Jitendra to respond to the same thing. Rohit, we are still not happy, okay? You have gone a step next, but still not the answer which we are looking for. So Jitendra, you tell us, can you add something more, or can you give us that satisfaction?
I think firstly she should go and confront directly to the person, like in the person that,
Yes.
okay, this is the situation and this is
Yes.
all what is going on to me, and I'm really not comfortable with it, and I'm like, I respect you as a person, but I'm not getting the same vibes that I'm giving to you. Firstly, that should be the action. Then each and everything is the second step and more further.
Bingo.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, Arushi, you wanted to add something.
One more thing, according to me, can be done is that you mentioned it in your question itself, that whatever the person is doing, his behavior or whatever you react to it will reflect on your marks. So what one more thing can be done is that the confrontation to the person can be done, and also if it is suitable, then after the marks or the marking has been allotted or done, you can further take it up, so that
Ma'am,
way.
No, I just wanted to, yeah, I mean, before that only, why not after the marks been allotted? You directly say there is no way you would be my academic qualification. If I'm qualified enough, if my marks is, if I have to get 10, I must get 10. And that's so in the act itself says that the prevention, there's a section 3 specifically for it, that under no circumstances, these are the circumstances you, and if you're victimized of sexual harassment, and if there's a threat to your job, if there is a threat to your detrimental of your treatment or preferential treatment, or losing your job, losing your status, that you would be prevented of getting more the good profile. These are the things where people lure you, you would be getting this, so let me, whatever, let us enjoy. That is the perpetrator's mind. So you need to understand the mind of perpetrator, and also that this is not done. Forget about the marks. If you are saying so, right away I'm going to report to the ISA if this is kind
the
of
perpetrators are our
things you are
person
showing.
basically.
Yes. Yes. So if this kind of professor, there is no point of teaching then. He should resign rather. if this kind of
I-
mentality,
I'll
you
add
know,
a word with what Sneha is saying. I'm glad, Jitendra, what you added, and
yes,
that's Arushi, Prachi, and Rohit, is the purpose of this exercise, that we grow ourselves. We do not go on the loggerheads, but at the same time, we are straight away going to the perpetrator. It requires a courage to be collected. It requires for you to come up to that and say, sorry, I'm not going to bear it. And I am going to voice it. Now, the second part, I am going to voice it, takes a toll on you. You have to come out from yourself to do that, but do that. And when Arushi was saying we should wait, we should get that, and not let that to suffer, and then we can, then you are actually approving that point of people, that for you what is more dear is that benefit than your self-respect. If we start people realizing that my career is dear to me, my marks are dear to me, and as Sneha has said, that if I'm deserving of 10, I would get 10 only. So that belief, that understanding should go from the mind of people who are there sitting to give you marks, that I can deal with this person this way because finally she wants marks, and therefore she would bear it. Today you might suffer your marks by reacting, but tomorrow he would not dare with other person to do that.
yes,
So when you react, not only you take action qua you play a role, you serve the society by ensuring that the person is not going to do the same thing, or maybe now thinking twice before doing it. And when 10 more person reacts on it, he would be a better person then. Now, Rohit, to you. You're sitting in a canteen in the college, okay, with your friends. And friends have both the female classmates and the male classmates. The girl, attractive one, is coming from one side. You don't know the person. She is, wearing in a certain way. And your friends, even the, male as well as female friends, pass some comments. Somebody whistled as well. Now, how are you going to attend that? We are not asking you to create a chaos. And you are not making the girl also uncomfortable. She had listened to that. She felt uncomfortable and she passed by.
Then, ma'am, I should consult my friends first. Then I'll gonna tell them ki, see, it's not right to do that. See, if she's not liking that, it's not good. Like, it's not cool to whistle, or it's not cool to make someone up inappropriate. If he's not gonna behave like that, then I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna tell him what should be the measures of it, what should be the result of it. I mean, इसके क्या गलत हो सकता है, इसके precautions क्या है, इसके punishments क्या हो सकते हैं. If he's not gonna listen to me like that, so I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, and just add one thing with that apart, one is the penal aspect of it, and two, the need of having a respectful society. So would you like your known relative, I'm not using the term right now, sister, somebody else to whistle and she to let go and you to let go? If not, then why on others? Right? One may say, no, that's my youth, and let me enjoy my youth. But she also has her youth. And so we can have an equal, reciprocative, respectful society.
yes.
And Jitendra, to you, somebody just told you about a professor who misbehaved with her. And after misbehaving, she confronted, right? And the professor had warned her that, listen, first of all, no need to be oversensitive. This is not how the students should react. And these are very small things. So what if I've touched you? Like, what a big deal. Jitendra has gone, so he's not attending the question. We can finish this now. You want to add something, but it was a session. We enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
no, I just wanted to say one thing, that whomsoever been the the victim side, or if you know somebody who has come across this kind of sexual harassment, violence, or anything like unwanted favor, or some kind of what you say, humiliating tone which would affect her health and safety, her health physically and mentally, I think one must address, unless and until you, I mean, I'm not saying if you're not comfortable in staying at the in the society, coming up, then at least share with your loved ones. That way somebody would definitely would help you out, and you can find the solution. And then also, then you would realize that, oh my god, what am I doing? Then only you have to be liberated. Your thoughts has to be very strong, and it's a high time. I mean, I think I must tell you, like what I have experienced as a girl, as a woman, you would somewhere will come across, and you have, for that you have to be mentally prepared. And for this kind of platform, this kind of sessions is very much needed to voice it out, to take this kind of a lesson. What I have, what I have faced, what X have faced, which Z had faced. So let's confront it. I mean, you have to, end of the day, you have to teach the perpetrators that no, this is not right. You cannot do it. And if you don't take a stand, then nobody is going to help you.
And value your self-respect.
Yes, you have to
Value
have your
your
self-respect.
self-respect. If you can't respect yourself, who else is going to respect you?
Yeah, exactly.
So Jitendra, I'm just changing the question to you because you were suddenly, gone maybe because of signals. I'm changing the question to you, making it little more easier. That, you witness a girl is suffering this, like you are the student, maybe a library, sitting in the library in a regular manner. You keep seeing that a girl is being tormented by different ways by a certain professor on daily basis, and you have witnessed this for 10-15 days, and now you're very uncomfortable with that. But the girl is, you can see that she is not liking it, but she doesn't do anything. So as a co-student, what would you do? Would you be reacting? You would be telling the professor to the girl, and how would you doing it?
Personally, I'll just say that I'll go and talk to the girl, and I'll
You
tell
don't know her.
I don't know her. No, I'll just go and I'll talk to her directly, and I'll just tell her that this situation is not going well. If you have a issue with it, anything I can, like, if you want to talk to someone else, you can talk to your mother, you can talk to your sister. I can make you to talk to my mother as well, or anything, like, who can come comfort you, or any teacher who you want. And they can tell you that if you're not really liking and you are uncomfortable in this situation, obviously you are uncomfortable. So you should not, like, burden it up. And you should just face it. You should directly face to the teacher. And I myself will go and confront the teacher, the respected faculty, and I'll just let him know of each and everything, that the things he's doing is not obviously good. And action, I'll definitely take action against that. I'll not sit and just watch it going on.
So I'll advise you for the future, if that is something is happening of that nature in front of any of you, please make a small video. So if the person is hardened, you can tell him, sir, sorry, sir, I have something for you to be shown, if you don't mind. But tell me, Jitendra, in that case, would you teacher directly, or you would actually make the girl to talk to the teacher, like to bring her to a comfort zone, to make her realize her rights and the necessity?
Yes, she also get the confidence needed to confront it. I'll basically I'll tell her to go and confront it.
Yes.
I'll be with her to comfort, and just talk to the person directly, and she can just yell out and she can speak the way she wants, and she'll get the confidence, and just she can face the, because the perpetrator is a coward person. Obviously, a coward person can only do such things, and he's scared, totally scared. The person will be scared. If the girl will, get up with the confidence and she'll speak, he'll get scared, obviously, because that person is not doing a great thing. He's a coward, and he gets scared, and the situation can be dealt with easily. That
Yeah.
is what.
And
Only the voice
Jitendra,
needs to be, it needs to be voiced back.
yes, and
Yes, ma'am.
Shobha ji, I just wanted to add one more thing, that I think in every colleges and schools they have internal complaint committee. Like, do
Should
your
be have.
colleges?
They should be
Yeah.
as
So
per the
I
act,
think
they must have.
yes, you should have. It's a mandatory. So I think also you can do is that you can also give a complaint. See, internal complaint committee is nothing but addressing your grievance. So you must make a complaint. And secondly, if it's a kind of a settlement, if it's a first they would warn the professor that don't do it. So it can also be done that way. So you must address, because if you go, then other people would have courage to go and complain, and that's what you should do, so that your mental satisfaction and your mental harassment can be avoided. Because see, if you are sexually harassed, if you are come across all this kind of problems, I mean genuinely saying that you would get affected. So and if you make it for your better version of yours to come out more stronger, I think this kind of steps, what you have all the law has given you, so take advantage of it. So you must address these problems through committee.
So wonderful session, Sneha, and
Yeah,
the
thank
students.
you.
All were good. And I hope now henceforth none of us are bearing the wrong. Okay.
Yes.
Whether it is happening with us or with anybody else, voice it. Make sure that you have a better, more respectful world and more equal world. If the people around you don't understand that, let's start teaching them.
Yes.
Okay, Sneha, it was
Ma'am,
a very,
I have
very
one more.
enlightening one. I learned a lot, and I hope
Thank you
everybody
so much.
benefited by the
No,
same.
we
And
have learned, and I mean it's a commendable interactions, and really the students are very well versed with the act, I must say, and
they're my
especially
bachas.
the
Yes.
the question of that she versus she. So that was quite
Yeah.
interesting, and we will hopefully will come out of some solution. And I just wanted to add one more thing, but don't misuse this act. Sometimes some acts get misused, so don't misuse. No, don't insult this provision or this legislation. You are jeopardizing itself, I mean the society itself. So don't so you must don't misuse this legislation, don't make other to misuse the provision of the act, and take it as a guarded one, not as a tool to target someone.
Learned, madam. Thank you so
Yes.
much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Shubhanshu. Thank you.
Now, in the next meeting. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.